Hello people, welcome. So let us start with this video. So in the previous videos, we have discussed about data types, right? Okay, so just what we have discussed, we have discussed about how data types are classified in Python, and that is what you have discussed, isn't it? Okay, fine. So in this video, so we are going to understand about, okay, single value data type. Yeah, single value data type. Done. Now, what do you mean by single value data type? So, single value data type in the sense, okay, you know about this. First, let me clear. See, assume that a is equals to 10 if I assign. Please understand this. 10 is a value, you know, right? Okay, so a is nothing but a variable name. Clear? So, variable name. Now, what you are doing, you are assigning 10 to a. Clear? Now, okay, this is what. So if I talk about single value is nothing but, okay, so I can say in an entire memory block, assume that, okay, you are using one block. In that block, only this block will have a capacity. That block will have a capacity to store, okay, so it is going to have a capacity to store only one value. How many like capacity it is going to have to store only one value. Those kind of memory blocks or those kind of data types, we call them as single value. If I talk about single value, first we are having what? Int data type. Okay, so what we are going to have? Int data type. And second one is nothing but float. Okay, third one is nothing but a complex. Already you know this. Okay, fourth one is nothing but boolean. Clear? So these all are nothing but single value data types. Clear? Now how to work with them? Okay, so single value. So let us talk about int data type. So what do you mean by int data type? Okay, what do you mean by int data type? Clear? So int data type is nothing but I can say in Python. Okay, so these are the numeric values, or I can say these are the numbers. Int data type will be numbers. Okay, either positive or negative. Okay, any numbers which may be either positive or negative, in Python we call them as int data. Okay, and okay, one more thing is any number which has, okay, any number which has or which don't have, I can say don't have decimal point, which don't have what? Decimal point. Those numbers we call them as int data. What are you going to call them as? Int data. That is what? Okay, so let me tell you. Okay, so int data, those types we are going to call it as what? Int data. Okay, so let us take an example. See, let us take an example. Let us say a is equals to 10 I have assigned. Okay, first understand, see, 10 is a value. Now this 10 is a number. We know that 10 is a number. Okay, in maths also we know that 10 is a number. 100 is also a number. Then how we can specify this particular 10 is an int based on its characteristics? You can see. So first of all, it is a number or not? Yes, it is a number. Either it is positive or what? Negative. The second point, any number. Okay, so this is the number we got it, but any number which don't have decimal point, automatically it will become what? Integer type. Okay, now the value whatever you're using, okay, now that value in Python will be considered as what? Int data type. Now that we have assigned for the variable called what? A. Now what is happening internally whenever you do this? Okay, so there will be one block. In that block the value will be stored as what? 10. Now this block will be having an address called 0x11, which will be given for whom now? A. Now A indirectly is pointing to whom now? 10. Hope you understood. That's the reason. Now whenever I say print a, okay, so what you will get now? You will get 10. Once again, if I say print a, what will you get? Once again, you will be getting what? 10. Fine. So this much is clear now. Sir, what if I want to check directly the type of a value which is being stored to any variable? To do that, we are having one, okay, built-in function. Clear? So what is that built-in function? Type of any variable, or you can use a value. So if you use this particular function, what is this function gives us the result? This function will tell that what type of value being stored. Okay, what type of value, okay, we what type of value being stored, that will be the result given by what your type function. Clear? So let us understand this much. Okay, so let us go and understand this much. Okay, so let me open the notes. Fine, you can see programs here. So let me write a code. Yeah, done. You can see. Now let us say a is equals to 10 I told. Okay, so a is equals to 10 I told. Suppose if I print a, you can see here printing what a. Now whenever I run it, what I'm getting 10 exactly as I told you. Then after this, if I say please do print, okay, so I want to print type of a. What I need to print type of a. Whenever I do this, I'll be getting class int. What exactly I'm getting now? Class int. Yes. Now this a is carrying a value called what? Int value in Python. That is what the function is. Got my point? Okay, so this is what about your int data type. The same way we will be having another data type is nothing but float. Now what do you mean by float? You know about float datas or decimal values. Those decimal values in Python we called as what? Float data type. So what do you mean by this? So same points. I can say these will be numbers. I can say this will be what? Numbers. It will be a number, or these, or it will be number. Okay, either positive or I can say it as negative. But next, okay, so these number, please understand, these number will have will have okay, decimal values. Will have what? Decimal values. This number will have what? Decimal values. Decimal values. Okay, so point values, I can say point values. Point values, either it can be anything. If I tell 10.2, now this data in Python we called as what? Float data type. Same thing, 2.5, now this data we called as what? Float data type. 0.5 will be called as what? Float data type. 0.1 will be called as what? Float data type in Python. Same thing, suppose if I say f is equals to 0.3. Okay, if you are trying to print f, okay, you will get 0.3 exactly. So whenever I execute this line by line, what happens now? A block will be created which carries 0.3, which will be carrying like pointed by what? F. Now f is pointing to 0.3. That is what you are going to get it. If you want to check, okay, type of it, just you can say print, please do print type of f. Type of what? F. Then you will get it as what? Float. But my point, class float will be the result. That is what. Okay, so let me go and take it. So let us say b is equals to 10.3. Okay, so b is equals to 10.3. So let us print b. So I want to print b. To check it. Now what I'm getting now? 10.3 exactly. Same thing. Suppose if I say please do print. Okay, so type of b I want to show. Like type of b I want to do it. Now what I'm getting? Class float. That is what the result. You can say class float. In the sense 10.3 belongs to what? Float. If you do reinitialization, suppose if I give 1. Now what B is carrying now? 1. One type, one characteristic if you see. Yes, first of all it is a number without decimal point. Then it becomes what? Int. That is what I am getting. Clear? And don't be confused here. This concept is nothing but we already discussed. This is a variable reinitialization. Got my point? This is what the next is nothing but a complex. Clear? So let us understand. Next data type is nothing but what? Complex. Now what do you mean by complex? I can say complex are nothing but, okay, so these are the numbers. Yes, these are the numbers with real and imaginary part. Real and what? Imaginary part. Now what do you mean by this? In the sense you will be having 2 plus 3. Okay, so in maths you will be heard like I. We don't be having I, we'll be treating it as J. Now these numbers in Python, 2 plus 3J, or okay, 3 minus 2J or 0J, these all numbers we called as what? Complex data type. Okay, so those numbers we are going to call it as complex data type. Suppose if I say s is equals to 2 plus 3j. Then if you print s, then s will be having this 2 plus 3j. Then if we say please do print, what I want to print now, type of s. Whenever I print type of s, then what I'm going to get now, I am going to get, okay, so class complex. The result will be what? Class complex. That's so simple. Then let us go and check out. See, so let me go come here. Let us say s is equals to 2 plus 3j. Then next let us print what I want to print now, yes, and let us run it. Now what I'm getting, 2 plus 3j. That's what. Suppose if I say please do print its type, and say please do print, okay, print what you want to print now, type of s. Now whenever you do this, what I'm getting now, class complex. You can check it out. Okay, so that's all. That is how it is going to be. Got my point? That's all. This is about complex. Then we are having another data type, that is nothing but Boolean. Okay, so next type is nothing but Boolean. And moreover, see, why we are learning these data types? So we are learning these data types because we want to use them further to do operations. In the sense, in Python, what and all the operations we are going to do, we will be using them to do an operation. That's the reason we are learning this. Clear? So the next type is Boolean. Now what do you mean by Boolean? Okay, so Booleans are, I can say, fixed values. What these are? Fixed values, whose values are always fixed. Either you will be having true, and truth, okay, t is truth t should be capital, and false f should be capital. Booleans are the numbers, or Booleans are the values whose values are fixed. Either it will be true or it will be false. That's all. It's just like, okay, so either yes or no, like, okay, it's just like either yes or no, the same way it will be. Either you are going to have a true or you will be having a false. Only that's all. Clear? That is what. Now suppose you can assign a is equals to true. Don't be confused. Now what is the result? Definitely you are going to store true. Then if I print what is type of a, then you will get what? Yeah, you will be getting bool. Bool. You will be getting what? Bool. That's all. If you see any true or false values, then it will be Boolean value. Make it clear. Got my point? Okay, so this is about your single valued. And don't be confused. Where we are going to use this all? Yes, we are going to use this all in programming, to write a programs, to do some task. Okay, I can't tell you that here we are going to use it. We will be using anywhere. Okay, but you need to be remembered. Done? Okay, so let us understand next type. So the next type is nothing but multi-value data type. Okay, so what is that? Multi-value data type. Okay, we have discussed so many types here in the previous video. If you have not watched, please go and you can watch and you can come here. Now in that multi-valued, we are going to discuss about first type is nothing but string. What is this first type? String. Now what do you mean by string? Okay, so string is nothing but, I can say, it is sequence. It is what? Sequence. You know about sequence? Sequence is nothing but one after another. Clear? The sequence of 10, in the sense what you will tell me, like if I ask you sequence of 10, what is the answer yours answer gonna be? Simple. What you will tell, okay, sequence of 10 from 1 to 10, in the sense what you will tell 1 2 3 4 5 6 until what? 10. The same thing. So string is a sequence of what? Numbers? No. Sequence of what? Symbols? No. Sequence of what? Phones? No. So sequence of what? Characters. Exactly. Sequence of what? Characters. Now this character, you know about character, right? Character can be an alphabet, isn't it? Character can be a digit. A character can be what? A symbol. Please understand what is a string. String, it is a sequence of characters. Characters can be what? Alphabet, or it can be digit, or it can be symbol. In the sense, it may be combination of all. It may be the combination of only alphabets. It may be the combination of only digits. That's what. It is a sequence of characters. Okay, now suppose, okay sir, if I tell A is equals to hello, now you tell me, is it a string? No, it's not a string. If you use, you'll get an error. Okay, so suppose if I tell, understand, suppose if I tell s is equals to, what I'll be using now, hello. If you're trying to use, you will get a name error. So what it is telling now? So whenever you tell hello directly here, okay, it says name error, name hello is not defined. In the sense it will consider it as variable name. Okay, then how to define a string? Okay, so string is nothing but it is a sequence of characters. Okay, not only this point is enough, should be, next point that is important, should be enclosed. Should be what? Enclosed, in the sense whatever the sequence of characters you take should be present between. Okay, enclosed between, I can say, single quotes. Okay, single quotes is nothing but single, this particular symbol you are going to get it. Okay, between that you need to have sequence of characters or double quotes. Clear? Double quotes. Double quotes are nothing but like this. You can mention anything. Then will be considered as string. Then only your Python will treat it as data. If you are not considering that, you will get an error only. Until that, you will be having an error. Suppose, once again, if I tell, see what I'll do, I'll say s is equals to, suppose if I tell hello now, yes, this time it's a data now. Okay, so suppose if I say print, yes, now obviously what you will get now? Hello. That is what the data we are carrying, right? Fine. Okay. What if I don't enclose? What if I don't enclose? Once again, you can see you are not enclosed now. You will get a name error. Why we are getting a name here? Reason is simple. It will, if you don't define, it will consider it as a variable. It will check for the variable which is being stored or what. Now we know that that variable we have not created. That's the reason what you are going to get. We are going to get an error. Okay, it's so simple. We are going to get an error. Okay, then if you don't want to get, then enclose between double quotes, or you can enclose between single quotes. That's fine. Let us enclose between single quotes. Now you see, I have enclosed between single quotes. Whenever I give it, what I'm getting now? Hello. Same thing. Suppose if I say, please do print type of S. Let's do that. Type of S. What are you going to get now? Class str. Str will represent string in Python. Got my point? What is the type of S? Is string. Got it? Okay, so that is what important. When you, please make it clear, whenever you want to consider sequence of characters, see, we can't tell you this time we are going to use. Assume that when we can use this sequence of characters, when we are going to use string as a data. Assume that I want to represent my name, then we'll use string. Assume that I want to represent my age, we'll not be using string, we'll be using number. Assume that I want to represent my address, then we'll be using string. Assume that I want to represent my bio, that will be string. Clear? That is what. So I can say string, it is a sequence of character, should be enclosed between single quotes or double quotes. Okay. The next. Okay. The next point is, okay, next point about the string is, okay, so string, we need to understand memory location. We are discussing about multiple value, right? Okay, so that is what we need to understand. So we need to understand how string data are stored. Okay, we need to understand how string data are stored. We need to understand. Clear? So now let us understand. So assume that I am telling st is equals to hello. Now how actually it is stored? Now you tell me first of all, string is what? It's a single word or multi-valued. It's a multi-valued. In the sense you are storing sequence of characters inside one block. Okay, now whenever, okay, you write this, what happens? See, you will be allocated with one memory. Now this memory will be further divided into small memories. Okay, now each character will take one space. Now H, E, L, L, O. This is what happens. Now this memory is pointed by whom now? ST. Now you see, complete hello is stored inside one block, but hello is consist of multiple values. That is what. Does it consist of multiple values or not? Yes, it consists of multiple values. That's the reason multi-valued, in the sense in a single container, multiple characters or multiple values or multiple numbers are being stored. Those types we call it as what? Multi-value data type. Got my point? Now this is how the string is stored now. Hello, I told, this is how it stores. Suppose if I print st, yes, obviously if you print st, now you tell me st is pointing to the complete block. Then what do we get now? Hello. Correct or not? What are you going to get? Hello. Suppose if I tell, okay, bio, so I'll create another variable, bio is equals to, okay, my name is something I'm going to tell, dash dash dash. Now you tell me what happens. A block will be allocated where each character will be occupied, something something. My bio will be something like that. Now this will be stored for what? Bio. This is how it is being. Okay, this is how actually it is being stored. Got my point? The same way, okay, this is how multi-valued are stored. Okay, and one more thing, I want to explain one more concept here. Okay, so whenever I tell st is equals to, assume that hello, done. Now actually not only it will be stored, along with the storage it allocates addresses also. Suppose whenever I store like this, now it will be stored something like hello. This is how it will be stored. Now it will be pointed by what? St. Now what happens is, now these blocks are there, no, small blocks will be having an addresses. Now those addresses will be always 0 1 2, this block 3 and 4. Okay, it will be having -1 -2 -3 -4 and -5. Now these addresses only we call them as index values. What do you call them as? Index values. Now what do you mean by index values? So index values are nothing but, or indexing, okay, in general we call it as, in general, indexing. What do you mean by indexing? So indexing is nothing but it's a process. I can say it's a process of giving subaddress. I can say process of giving what? Subaddresses. Okay, process of giving subaddresses is known as indexing. In the sense, you will be having main address, main memory block will be having main address, like main address is nothing but st consider as of now. But for that sub blocks, now sub blocks are nothing but, now you can see this is a sub block, this is what another sub block. Okay, now for those sub block also, now you can see this is what one more block. For those sub block we will be having an addresses, those addresses we call it as index values. Now Python, please understand, supports two types of index values. So Python indexing has two types. What are those? Positive indexing. Okay, the second one is nothing but negative indexing. Clear? So Python indexing is having two types, positive indexing and negative indexing. Okay, so we need to classify them. We need to understand clearly what is indexing. Okay, so what do you mean by indexing? So why it is required, I'll explain you. Now, so let me go with positive indexing. Okay, positive indexing. If I talk about positive indexing, what do you mean by positive indexing? So positive indexing is nothing but the process of giving, okay, the process of giving positive subaddresses. Giving what? Positive subaddresses. We are going to give a positive subaddress to the memory block. Okay, now that particular addressing we call as positive indexing. Fine. Then always remember, positive indexing will take place. Okay, I can say will take place from, okay, left to, okay, left this direction to right always. Okay, so from this to that direction always. And one more point, always, okay, positive indexing, always remember positive indexing, okay, will start from 0. Okay, start value will be from what? 0 0 0. Now if you take an example, see here, always, now can I say these all addresses are positive indexing? Yes, it is started from 0, they're going from left to right. They're going from what? Left to right. Now this complete process we called as what? Positive indexing. The same way negative indexing. Negative indexing also remains same. Okay, so Python supports both. What are you going to have? Negative indexing. Now what do you mean by negative indexing? Same. I can say the process of giving negative sub addresses. Clear? Negative sub addresses. Getting my point? We are going to give assign negative sub addresses to the sub blocks. Okay, then next what? Okay, so I can say negative indexing will take place from direction is ulta now. What is the direction? Right to left. So simple. Right to left in the sense From here it will start, it is going to end in this way. Clear? And next point, always I can say positive indexing will start from -1. Okay, we'll start from what? -1, and it will go until minus length. That is what negative and positive indexing. Okay, let us understand in an example for this. Now let us understand an example. Now example in the sense how. So let me take an example. Okay, so I'll tell info. So I am a Superman. I'm giving like this. Super fan. Fine. I'm a super fan. This is what I'm given. Now you tell me it is a string or not. Yes. We are having sequence of characters which are enclosed between double quotes. Then we call it as string. Then you tell me how it will be represented in the memory. Now in the memory, a block will be created. Now in that block, now your characters are being stored. Now what is the first character? We are going to have I, M. Yes. Next is a space. Space also takes a block. Okay, A space. Then you will be having what? SUPERFAN. Then what about the addresses? Yes, now addresses. Consider about the addresses. Now addresses will be from what? Positive to negative. Correct or not? The addresses will be from positive to negative. Like you can give it either positive indexing or negative indexing. You can give it. Now suppose if I give 0, now you told that positive indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, 10, 11 and 12. Then suppose if you give something like this now, from left right to left, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -11, -12, -13. Okay, now these all subaddresses we call it as negative indexing. Okay, now these all subaddresses we call it as what? Positive indexing. Okay, that's all. This is how the indexing is going to be given. Now let us understand why indexing is required now. Now we are going to understand why indexing is required. Okay, so let me take an example for this now. Once again, assume that I'll be taking name is equals to James. I took it. Clear? So you know how it will be stored. Now it will be stored like JAMES. It will be pointed by what? Name. Fine. Now I have one question. If you want to access complete James, now what you will do? You will directly access by name. In the sense, suppose if I print name, now what will you get? Result will be James. Same, suppose if I say print name, then what will you get? Once again we will get James. Now there will be one person now. He asks, sir, I don't want James, like James, complete James. You are telling no, it's a multi-valued in the sense it is having multiple characters. Among all the characters, I want my special character called M. Just I want M now here. I don't want JMES. I want just M. If you want to retrieve, how you can retrieve? Yes, directly not possible. Yes, that's the reason indexing is required. In the sense, now you if you tell we're having name, okay, what we are having? Name. Yes, if you tell name contains complete James. In that, if I'm having a subaddresses like 0, 1, 2, if you tell in that name, I get me the second one. Who's the second one now? M. Like that you are going to give it. Now that's the reason indexing is required. Indexing is required to get or to fetch single characters or single elements from a collection. Got my point? So why indexing is required? Why indexing is required? Why exactly indexing is required? Okay, to extract a single element. So I'll not call it as a character, I'll call it as element. Okay, element from a collection. From a collection. Now assume that you are having a bucket. Now in this bucket there are so many something. Now if I tell bucket, you will get all the fruits. If you want first fruit in the sense, you need to go to the first position, you have to pick it and you should to give it. That is how it works. Same way. Done. Now let us understand indexing and how to pick a single character. Okay, so always remember. Now next question is how to read. How to what? Read single character or element. How to read a single element from a collection now. Now how to read? Suppose if I am having name is equals to James, in that I want to pick M. How to do it? Okay, to do that, we're having a syntax. What is the syntax? You follow this same syntax, variable name, or if you don't have variable name, directly you can put a value also. Value of in square braces, you need to provide the index value. What do you want to provide? Index value. Now, whenever you run the syntax, either in the print statement or wherever it may be, you will get the result as character or element if it exists. If it doesn't exist, it throws an error. That is what. Now let us understand in this case. Now let us store it. Now we are going to store first JAMES. We know that 0, 1, 2, 3 it will be stored. Or it can be -1, -2, -3, -4. Doesn't matter. Done. Now assume that I want M. Now how to get M now? To get M first, see M is present inside name. That is what we need to tell. I need to give a variable name first because I want complete James there. Now understand, whenever I want, okay, M in the sense directly you can't give 2. If you give 2, you will get an error because 2 itself for data. From where you want to give it, like you should have to specify. Okay, to get that M, now what I will do, I will say name. Understand, name in the sense what? You are taking James. Can I say indirectly in the place of name, you are putting James. Can I say like this? Yes. Okay, now after this, after that, what you are telling now? Name of which position character you want second. Let us say name of 2. Then what you will get? You will just get what? M. Indirectly we are telling from James, get me the second one. Who's the second one now? M. That is how it works. Clear? Now assume that I want, okay, sorry. Yes, now how to get that S? Simple. Just once again use what? Name of, just you can use name of -1. Can I say name of -1? Yes. What it gives? Yes. Exactly. How, sir? You tell me in the place of name. Who's the name now? James. Exactly. Correct or not? We are going to get what? James of -1. Who's the -1 now? Yes, yes, you are going to get it. This is how you can apply an indexing concept to extract single characters. So let us assume that name space. So let us understand what I'm going to give. Okay, so let us don't give like this. Now you tell me, is it a correct one? No, it's not a correct one. You will get an error, obviously. If I run it, you are getting an error. Now how to avoid this? You wrap between double quotes, then only it will be considered as data. Okay. Then next, now suppose if I run it, okay, no problem. Now assume that if I print name, yes, if you print name, you will get everything. Okay, there will be a fellow. I don't want everything. I want E. Then how to get it? If you want to get it, just print I'm adding because to display. Okay, name of, we know the position. Now what is the first position? 0, 1, 2, 3. Now I'll be putting name of 3. Now you tell me name of 3, what you are going to get now? You are going to get E because to extract that particular character. Same thing, suppose if I say print of, okay, name of 2, then what will you get now? M, obviously. Suppose if I say I don't want name, directly I'll be using James. Yes, you can use James of 0. Now you tell me what will you get? J, obviously correct. This is what this actual behavior is same the same way. In the sense this particular syntax also behaves the same way. Name in the sense in the place of name it will take what? James. I hope you understood that. Okay, so that is what you please do, practice this kind of things. Okay, you will have a clarity. If you are not practicing, you will never be having clarity. Done? Okay, so next, let us understand. Okay, the next point about the string. Okay, next point about the string. We know that string is a sequence of characters and to business single quotes or what? Double quotes. Then we have discussed string supports indexing. Okay, in the sense, subaddresses are allowed inside a string. Clear? That's what I can say. String supports what? Indexing. Done. The next is string is a immutable. String is what? Immutable. Now what do you mean by immutable? Okay, string is what? Immutable. In the sense what? Okay, so what is that? Immutable. Understand? Immutable, I want to explain. Immutable in the sense, suppose if I take name is equals to, okay, James, I told. Name is equals to what I take? James. Now, okay, in name of 0, we know that who is name of 0? Jth block. It will be pointing to that block. I want to assign A. Now what I want to assign now, A, when you are trying to do it, it gives an string object is not subscriptable or does not support item assignment. In the sense, you can't assign a value inside the string once again. Okay, so once you create an object, okay, immutable in the sense, okay, you can say once an object is created, you can say once an object is created, object is created, can't be modified further. In the sense, it doesn't support modification further. Once it is created, final, that's all. It will never be modified further. That particular objects we call it as what? Immutable. Now you can see, once this particular object is created, it can't be modified. You are telling that name of 0, I want to make it as 0. In the sense, in this place of A, you want to replace A. Sorry, in the place of J, you want to replace A. That is not possible. Okay, so that is not at all possible. You can say to pen, let us go with pen, big pen. Fine. So let us understand here now once again. Okay, so what happens here? So what happens? Name you told no. A block is allocated. That will be like JEMES. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you are telling, okay, so this will be given to our name. So you told name of 0. In the sense, you are pointing to which block now? You can see you are pointing to this particular block. Now you are telling in that block, I want to assign A. You want to put that A. You want to replace. Now this is which object now? Immutable. In the sense, you can't modify there. If it is a mutable, you can do it, but it is a immutable, you can't do it. That's all, guys. That's about string. Okay, string in the sense, always remember 3 points. It's a sequence of characters. Second point is string supports indexing. In the sense, I can fetch all the characters at once, or I can fetch single characters. That will be supported by using what? Indexing. The next string is immutable. Immutable is nothing but once we create a string object, we can't modify further. Okay, not further modification is not at all possible. Clear? So that's all for this video. Fine. Let us see in the next video, guys. Thank you.